Hello, my name is Abe Clancy, and welcome back to Monster Train, the last divinity. Excuse me, it's been a little while since we've played, but kind of just want to play a run. That's it, there's no other story to it. I just want to play a run of Monster Train. We have, as a reminder, we have won as all of the clan combinations. We have not mastered all of the cards, so we at least have something to do in the game. As we work ever closer towards 100% completion, let's jump into a run random. Sorry, I drank some coffee and I've got like a little tickle caught in my throat. Just trying to loosen it with some hot, sweet liquid beverage. Daedalus, excuse me. Daedalus the Professor. Damage shield, fell. With Scourge, Seraph the Temperament, so Sap. We are melting Stygian. I do love me a good melting run. And 2 molten encasements is actually kind of nice. If we can build up 1 floor with a big unit, maybe a harvest trigger, we have the stealth units come out, save like not a harvest baron, but a harvest sludge, big sludge, that's his name. Maybe we can have a big sludge just have an infinite amount of stealth and then carry us on final boss fights. Although we'll still have to worry about divinity. Crushing Demise is very good. We can always reform whatever we kill, and Mollusk Mage for magic power is fine early. I'm okay with it. We have no Ascend Descend, so Incant triggering a second time is probably what we're gonna go for. There's so many good Incant units that synergize well with this. Even the armor unit, the Armor Shark, is pretty decent with an Incant doubling. So I think we'll take this. We'll hope for good units in the future. Do we have dregs? We do have dregs. Because we have no molding, we can't bring him back if he burns out. So we have to go Resolve Reform. And I'm A-okay going Resolve Reform. I think that's fantastic. We know what we're gonna wanna do. We're gonna want to put a whole bunch... We're gonna wanna put a whole bunch of cheap minions on the floor, on the floors below us, getting them killed, having them reform back over and over again. Having said that, this jerk will kill all of my dregs, and if the dregs hit him, they will die due to the spikes and give him damage shield. So I actually feel like we keep the trial off. Normally I'm a big proponent of the early trials, but in this situation I actually just feel like it is in our best interest not to do that. I think if we do that, it's gonna cost us way more than it helps us. Having said that, I am going to play it here. Just because we do want units dying and then coming back over and over again. So let's get that process started immediately. And I'm looking at this Crushing Demise, like if it hits you, I would love it. So let's think for a moment. You gotta go for it. Hit the wrong unit, but that's okay. It's not terrible. We are gonna get units brought back to life, and because we have a drag, we can play the drag on the top floor. It won't die to him. It'll do some damage. We're gonna be Ember Drained for a turn, but there's not much we can do about that. Molten Encasement could keep us stealthed up, but I think we just wanna do this. That'll kill you, and then we have more opportunities on other floors, which I think just means we want maybe a Train Steward and a Dreg. We want the Train Steward to die, so we'll send him out there. Send out the Dreg, do a little bit of damage. Molten Encasement. I think I will, I think it's actually worth more to do the damage. I was thinking about playing the Molten Encasement on the top floor, but I want the space to put a Train Steward down, which will get us all of the kills, and it'll burn out. We won't be Ember Drained next turn. You have Lifesteal, you do damage. Not a great floor, but we can still put down some units in front and tank up a little bit. We can also play the Mollusk Mage and then play 1 good Frozen Lance. Honestly, I think I'd rather just basically do as much damage as possible. You're burning out, you're dying, so we'll play a Mollusk on 6-5 kill, 6-5 live. This makes us do an extra 19 damage. It's worth more than one Frozen Lance. And I think we're gonna be able to kill this boss with, you know, even the 2 Train Stewards in our hands. We're gonna get him. You do 11 damage per, you have Burnout 1, you just go out immediately. No reason to even think about it. We'll get a couple units for next turn, we can easily do 35 extra damage. First floor looks like it's gonna be just fine. Now we didn't take the trial, but I think our dregs would have given too much damage shield to the enemy, so I don't mind doing that. We do have a Drip Fall. If we took the other relic, this would be very good for giving us a constant days, like 3. Hopefully we find a unit to work with this Founding Seal though. Purifying Cleanse, a little bit of extra burnout. Probably not that necessary with our champion reforming, so I think we're just gonna skip that. Although with Mollusk Mage, it's double. Well, it's actually not double, it's 25 health restored. Entombed Explosive as well is good damage, but I'd rather have good minions and then just have the dregs constantly move behind stealth, take damage, harvest, etc., etc. I think this is a skip. Offering Token is pretty good. Hits the Incant synergy. But an Ice Tornado is pretty nice as well, especially if you can... I mean, there's a lot of... I like... And I'm trying to think about this ahead of time as opposed to later. In Monster Train, I like taking spells that benefit from all sorts of different upgrades. That way, no matter what you get, you have something that you can do. Ice Tornado works pretty well with magic power and piercing, which works pretty well with a -2 cost. The relic that makes frozen cards free, and then you can put Spell Chain on it. There's upgrades that we could put on Ice Tornado that we're not gonna wanna put on a Frozen Lance. So taking a Ice Tornado allows us to do something with our money, even if we just make it cost -2. A 1 energy Ice Tornado is fine. We're gonna need units to take a better value of unit slots, but I think just 1 good spell is fine. Certainly not the spell I would have liked, but it's a good enough spell. I'm also thinking of the Merchant of Magic. We get a Stygian Banner unit, which might allow us to build into an Incant synergy. We can take another Stygian Banner unit, maybe Divine Temple. We can take another unit here, Duplicate, and Divine Temple. So we have a lot of Divine Temple coming up, but no upgrades if we go along that path. I still think it's worth it because I want to get an Incant unit. So let's see what we get. Holdover, great. If only I had a spell that would work with it. Incant Armor, Cold Celia Sweep. And now we have the, not the issue, but we have the question of what do you take? Do you go for an armor build with Incant? Or do you go for a Cold Celia with Sweep, eventually maybe give it Quick? We're not giving it anything right now, that's for certain. We can give a lot of armor to a guard, but who is he guarding? Our champ? Our champion's damage is never gonna matter. His effect matters. So, and we actually don't even have that many good spells. We have Frozen Lances now that I think about it, so we're not gonna be incanting that much. I guess Cold Celia I like, because if it dies, it comes back. So I really wanted, I mean, you know what I wanted. I wanted the +1/+1 incant. What we'll do instead is get a free holdover Crushing Demise. We could have a Great Ice Tornado, or we could re-roll and get other things. I'm gonna re-roll because I really just want, actually to make it cheaper. I don't really want to upgrade Frozen Lances, though. I want to remove them from the deck. Should have also looked at this, because maybe there was +10 magic power and piercing that we would want to take or something like that. +10/+10 and burnout 2. Stealth 2, extinguish. I don't think it's worth melding. Our units are pretty trash right now. Intrinsic on Crushing Demise. At a 1 cost, it is tempting, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced of a 1 cost holdover. Actually, I think I am convinced of a 1 cost holdover Intrinsic Crushing Demise. That's a pretty good card. All right, Cold Celia is not quick, but they're not gonna die. Which is actually good for me, because it means that we'll be able to reform something next turn. Actually, we can, we're only gonna reform 1 unit. Now, I think this unit is hasted, so everything's gonna move up, but if our champion takes a little bit of damage, it's not too bad. In fact, no one's gonna make it through. I'm just gonna play a Molten Encasement and wipe everything. That seems fantastic. So now that floor is cleared. You're gonna get the gold. You're gonna murder everything. You know, I might wanna save this for the upcoming boss fight. Right now, we're gonna bring back the Molten Encasement and the Train Steward. We can stack up stealth on this floor, keep this for later. So what are we gonna do instead? I don't think you play a Train Steward because you wanna bring back this Train Steward. I think you play a Frozen Lance and then nothing. You could play a Train Steward here, but we really want to bring back the same units over and over again. Oh right, and we get stealth for multiple turns as well. I definitely forgot about that. So you're going. You have Burnout too. Let's play another Dreg. Really doesn't matter what we do. We don't have like an Incant synergy, so we'll just end turn. Stacking up stealth is a viable strategy. You do have sweep, which is annoying. So we could make this work. In fact, I think you play this Molten Encasement here. That way it'll come back in 2 turns. You haste. We do need to make sure this hits you. Why don't we start there then? Okay. So you're gonna go through the middle floor. Now I only have dregs, but that's fine. We're gonna get a Train Steward back next turn. You might make it up to hit the pyre, which is kind of annoying, but not much we can do about that. I think we do want to play Molten Encasement up here. It's gonna die in 2 turns. Do you play the dregs? You know, I actually think you do. I think they do enough damage if they manage to be summoned by our champion. I don't think you play anymore though, because we got not the best draw. But we have a lot of stealth on the top floor. In fact, you might, well, you're not gonna be dead, but you know, 60 damage will do it. Have one good dreg, which is gonna hit on its own for 58. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna fine. Trial on, but we had Sweeper and we managed to get our stealth units fast enough. A draft. You have to take a draft. Multi-strike and burnout 1, on Cold Celia, and then Concealed Caverns, we just dupe it 18 times. Yes, that is what I'm going for. 100%. I also really like an offering token. You wanna know why? Big Brain Abe here is thinking ahead. When we get to Fell with the garbage in our deck, having a draw discard is really nice so we don't take pyre damage. We can discard a card and then deal with it on the future draw. I do want another Stygian unit. We need to get units so we can get something that's good with the Incant synergy. So I think I'm gonna go that path. A Relic is good too, but I think I want a unit. Just to see what we get. Eel Gorgon, pretty freaking good. And actually, well, here's the thing. You can put a draft inside of an Eel Gorgon, but if you do that, you're going to lose the multi-strike every turn. I like Eel Gorgon because with Founding Seal, we get double Incant synergies. That's what I like. It also makes me really want to go left down here to get a Merchant of Steel, which means we're not going to Hellvent. Because with a Merchant of Steel, we can upgrade the Eel Gorgon. All of a sudden, it's going to do a whole bunch of damage, especially if we put Quick on it. We can't put Quick on it. Well, what do I care? If it dies, it comes back and it's stronger, right? It's weird, but like it's a great unit to have die and come back. Because the buff, the +5/+5/0, stays. The burnout goes away. So what we actually want is to put a dreg in it, maybe. Because we want raw stats. The dreg is a +10/+10. We might get a better unit, but that's pretty good for right now. Like, I'm looking at it, and I think that's what we want. Nameless Siren, It's a good unit. Incant Rage 2 is actually Incant Rage 4. But you gotta give me a chance to make the Eel Gorgon work. And if you meld a Dreg into the Eel Gorgon, it becomes a 15-13 unit. Here's what I don't want to have happen. I don't want to go to the Concealed Cavern. It duplicates the unit 5 times. Well, then we get a bunch of Eel Gorgons. What's the problem? I guess the problem is we have to upgrade them all constantly, and they're expensive as hell. Maybe we'll just duplicate, you know, a bunch of drafts. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we'd rather have an Eel Gorgon than a draft, even though the Eel Gorgon is big. I'm gonna go to the cavern. God damn it. I'm still gonna do it. Actually, you know what? What about 5 Crushing Demises? You just kill all of the units over and over again. You build up the best and biggest Eel Gorgon floor of all time. You kill them constantly. They keep coming back. And then when the boss shows up, you just spam as many spells as you have in your deck. It's a very interesting strategy that I think can work. I don't think it's particularly great, but like, yeah, how are we gonna kill bosses? Stealth. This kills our units though. Like you know what we need to do? We need to time it so that one unit makes it up every turn to kill the stealth unit on another floor, which means that our champion has infinite stealth or whatever we want on the floor. Maybe like a big old Cold Celia or something. Well, no, it's gonna be the Eel Gorgon on Relentless. But it's not gonna have that much stealth. I don't know. I really think you just go Eel Gorgon on this one. I think it's a great unit, but the problem is we don't have as many spells as we need to power it up, and the best spell that we have to power it up is like an Offering Token. So do you go Offering Token to get insane incant synergies and get to Crushing Demise? Do you double up on Crushing? Do you quintuple up on Crushing Demise to just kill the entire floor every single turn, or do you play Eel Gorgon? I don't know, but I'm gonna duplicate 5 Crushing Demises, because I'm insane. Sorry, I had to get it out of my system. There's always so many like interesting choices made in these runs. So I think you save the draft. You like the draft. You like the draft coming out and dying repeatedly. But giving multi-strike and burnout to a Cold Celia with sweep is very good. In fact, that's probably what you want to do. Comes out with burnout 1, whatever. I'm gonna kill all the units with Crushing Demises anyways. I just need you to... You know, I don't really know what I need you to do. I just need you to be here for some reason. 60. We can afford another spell, but what would we want? Holdover on the Offering Token. I can just make it Permafrost. You know what? No, we gotta save money for the upcoming shop. Yeah, let's save some cash. We should have put the drag in it because we could have gotten 5 of them. But this is still really weird, and I kind of like it. We're definitely going draw. Like 100,000,000% going draw. So we're just playing our units because we don't really care if they die. I would have preferred if my unit being Rector Flicker could actually like bring something back on this turn, but you know what? It's fine. Right, we don't even have an incant. So the Eel Gorgon is burnout 1. They shouldn't die if we just pop it there. They shouldn't die if we put it in the middle, but we kind of do want it to die. So like, because I gotta kill you guys at some point. I don't know, this is weird. I'm like already freaking out. So I think we go Dreg heal, buff. So you are gonna die to burnout with burnout 1. At burnout 2, you start to live, I think. What's dead? Cold Seal, Molten Encasement. Dude, I don't even think you play them. I don't even think you play these units. I think you wait until you get as many crushing demises as you can. You wipe them. You now have burnout 2. I think you just play it. And you know what? 5-3, that should get the kill. We have 2 units dead, they're coming back. It's not really working as I wanted because we need better draw for turn 1, but it's kind of working how I wanted. So here's what we need. We gotta play correctly. What does that mean? You play your units, and then you just wipe the floor. Your Gorgon gets better every time this happens. Oh look, there it is again. And then what do? You just play it again. Well, at this point, maybe you just want to play it just to do damage, but I have no other spells in hand. Interesting problem there. So do we just like go for the top floor? Or do I play, you know, Cold Celia doing 42 damage and implying Frostbite every turn? I think you gotta play Cold Celia. But Eel Gorgon's not gonna do that much damage, so I think you play it to die. We don't need to play these ones. I do want you to die. You're gonna make it and hit the pyre. You know what, we can play a Mollusk Mage. It's not great, but it stops the pyre from taking damage. Eel Gorgon now is burnout 4. Resolve triggers. You know what? The resolve trigger means you will still burn out, I'm realizing. Well, you know, it is what it is. So we'll play you. I'll play you. We're not gonna get the Eel Gorgon back. I'm realizing the problem with my stratagem. I didn't get the Eel Gorgon back, or although we're gonna kill you, you're dead. I can't believe it. We didn't get the Eel Gorgon back because we didn't kill it with the spell. This is trash. This cannot be how this works. Oh my god, what about Formless Child? Extinguish. Extinguish into the Eel Gorgon. Now all of a sudden it's getting even stronger. Ooh, baby. We could duplicate it. Ah, but I really want to go to the Merchant of Magic. But I could duplicate it. We don't incant enough. I need to duplicate offering token. If I play Crushing Demise, the incant doesn't matter. You're just gonna die. Remove all burnout and debuff effects from a unit. I don't know. Let's go for it. This is weird. Strike, apply Rage 3 to friendly burnout units. There's a synergy there, but I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just clicking buttons. We need draw. Need energy. Need capacity. Need everything. We also need to upgrade our units. Eel Gorgon has to get better. Better. And I do think Eel Gorgon is the key to victory here. I wish I could give you quick, but at least I can give the Cold Celia quick. And can't gain armor too. Wish it was eligible. Eligible. And can't gain armor too. There's no reason to have this on anyone, I don't think, because we don't really care if our units die and then come back. Cold Celia already has burnout, so that's pretty useless. We could give them health, but with quick, we don't really care if they have too much health. Eel Gorgon, giving them health means that maybe they can live for a couple of extra hits. I'd much rather just make them, well, what am I looking for? If we give them Formless Child, they're gonna get strong enough, the health matters. So sure, take the health upgrade. I kind of want to just give you another health upgrade. Screw the Large Stone. We'll put Large Stone on Cold Celia. You need to go out, die repeatedly, and then be strong. This is such a terrible build. But I don't know, it's tempting me. Because I think we can make it work, but I don't know how. I'm just doing things right now. Like, this doesn't work because I can't really like keep you alive at all when you come back from the dead 6 times. I guess we will, you know, make a better reform. I don't really want to do anything at the Divine Temple anymore, so let's leave. Restore all health when they move up a floor. Hopefully they just die before they move up a floor, so that's not gonna matter. And if it does, we're screwed, so. We're fine. I mean, like, isn't this exactly what we wanted? We're just building up units that are capable of killing the final boss. I don't even know if I want to play the Molten Encasement because everything else just gets so much stronger over time, you know? No, you can kill the Collector, and then you two can come down here. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgon is a 40-58 now. Cold Zelia is already a 46 times 265 though, so, you know, a little better. I really wish he killed this guy. I guess he's gonna make it up a floor, but that's not too bad. Oh look, crushing Demise. Molten Encasement came back. If you hit me, you're gonna sap me, so I'm sap 4. I will still kill you. Beautiful. I think you gotta play it. Like, this is the whole point of the run. Crushing Demise, crushing Demise, crushing Demise. I don't know, hit you for 6. This Incant Relic is not really doing that much for me, is it? So, if we play both of them and kill them, they will come back. Hopefully I get, like, a spell to power up my Eel Gorgon doing 110? You do have Burnout 3 though, which is very annoying, but you do just do a lot of damage. And hey, I did get a few spells, so there you go. There's 2 multi-strike. There's 2 multi-strike. I mean, we're doing 550 damage per turn. We don't need too many stacks of Burnout for that to kill you. What a strange build. This is infinite energy as far as I'm concerned. Not what we're looking for. Dude, is this Memento Mori's time to shine? No! We don't need direct damage, except on a boss. But, you know, we're only killing 2 of our units per turn, ideally, so that they keep coming back literally every turn. We need to remove all the dregs from this deck. So, like, we don't need this. Well, here's the thing. I don't need any more help killing units. Memento Mori doesn't seem like what I'm looking for. I do know that at some point I have to, like, you know, gild the cards. Same thing with Glacial Seal. But I'll take Unnamed Tome because it's a permafrosted spell that we can play at the very end when we're doing a lot of damage. That's literally the whole reason why I'm taking that. We don't need unit upgrades anymore. We have 2 amazing units. So I think we don't really need spell upgrades either. I think we go to the right to remove cards, go to the caverns, maybe remove another card at the Merchant of Steel. Going to the left for a Merchant of Magic is nice, but like, what spells do we need upgraded? None. Hold over on Offering Token. That's it. Relic is nice too, but dude, I would much rather just purge these dregs. We just don't need them. We don't. So again, this is infinite energy, but we already have infinite energy thanks to Hell's Banners. Gain 2 energy and draw 1. This ruins our draw forever. This ruins our draw temporarily. I don't know. I think we... You know what? I kind of like it to power up the Incant from the Eel Gorgon This is very weird. I think we'll take it and try to get the good cards out of this and see what happens. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I like it. We need money. What's coming up next? We don't need money for the next shop. Well, Merchant trinkets could be kind of nice. Duplicate. No, we're gonna go left for the removal for sure. So maybe I will grab that. I just don't care about the unit upgrades at this point. Sure, let's get the money, then we can buy a relic after this combat. So we've substantially ruined our deck for some time. But in theory, we're gonna get some nice advantages out of this. Now, you guys suck. Hey, Crushing Demise. Thank you very much. You have to get played. We can let Cold Celia die. Cold Celia cannot kill these units. So, we want Cold Celia to die in that case. We'll do it like this. Save this for the final fight. For the final fight. Do-do-do-do. Now we can play on the second floor. We don't have to play at the bottom with the Crushing Demises. It's not enough energy. That's fine. There we go. Hello, Eel Gorgon. Welcome again. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you very much. Okay. I mean, like, it's pretty good. It's wonky as hell, but like, we buff our units over the course of a fight. Literally nothing makes it through. And then we have frozen cards to power us up for the very final fight. Now, this boss is a boss that will not be killed on the bottom floor because of the fact that they have stealth. But we do have burnout. We're gonna have burnout 6. We could probably kill you. We're definitely gonna kill you on the 3rd floor. It might just take some time. But I'm not worried. Play another one. Such a weird deck, but I love it. So you have 9 stealth. We can get rid of 6 of that stealth. Just off of Cold Celia alone. And Eel Gorgon, I mean, Eel Gorgon's not gonna do anything. Oh, you know what? I'm realizing we actually do need to play a unit down here in order to actually purge your stealth. So we are going to play Cold Celia down here. I'm gonna have Eel Gorgon die, come back on this floor, and take out the remaining stealth that you have. Cold Celia can kill you on the top floor next turn. Stealth is very annoying, but actually not that big of a problem, because we're still gonna kill you. This purges so much of your stealth. This purges the remainder of your stealth. I mean, we're actually living to attack twice, which means I can kill you just by doing this. Like, I only needed 1 turn. I did 180 damage times like 7 at the end there. That's how this run works. We kill things quickly, very quickly. Consume, gain 1 energy for each friendly unit death. Don't need it. Memento Mori, don't need it. We could take something to gild it, but it thickens up the deck. Votivary Endless would have been actually really good to have with the Eel Gorgon. Although maybe it would remove Endless because it's a status effect. I don't know. I think it probably would have purged Endless. But we don't need it. We don't need the Votivary. Admittedly, you know, I kind of like it for draw. You play it, you kill it with a Crushing Demise, it draws 1 more card through your deck. but then you play the Votavary the turn after, and it just takes up 1 card draw on that turn. So it's interesting. Like, Votavary, it only ever costs you 1 card draw, 0 energy forever. But we just don't need it. We don't need that 1 card draw. It doesn't matter at all. We don't need this unit to tank. We just kill everything by playing those cards. So this is a weird skip, but I think it is a skip. Titan's Tooth Glacial Seal. Gifts for a guard. This is also another funny one because I like all of this. I kind of like Gifts for a guard, kind of like Glacial Seal, but we don't need it. We only want to reform 2 units every turn. Cold Celia and Eel Gorgon. If we ever have more units in our death pile, we're doing it wrong. We're not going stealth-based, you know? Gifts for a guard, it can consume your cards, but we don't want it to consume Crushing Demises. They have holdover. Although, if we can permafrost this, it's really good for the very end because you can Eel Gorgon, draw like a bunch of frozen lances, get them out there, and then power up your incant synergy just a little bit more. We're gonna have the energy for it in almost every situation. There is a Merchant of Magic and a Merchant of Magic coming up, so we have a good chance of getting it because we're not gonna go to the Merchant of Steel. You know what? This might be a good opportunity for the gift. I don't love it, but I think it'll work in this deck that we have constructed for ourselves. And we're going for the Merchant of Trinkets. We have 500 gold. You love to see it. We're gonna remove, you know, let's look at the Merchant of Trinkets first. Frozen cards are reduced to 0. Well, you don't say, huh? Now, I would love if we could make the spell chain, but we can't. Still good, though. The problem is we don't need it because we have infinity energy. So actually, I think this is a reroll. Yeah. When a friendly unit dies, add 10. Gain 5 gold when a friendly unit dies. That would require 27 turns of killing both of our units every turn. Are there even 27 turns left until the 8th shop? There's only 2 combats. We're not gonna get 27 turns in 2 combats. That doesn't pay for itself. Spell weakness 1, magic power, daze when they enter the floor below the pyre room. Top floor daze? We don't need magic power, we don't need spell weakness, so top floor daze. Might save us a little bit. We're gonna purge the dregs, which we just do not want anymore. Conceal Cavern. Ascend a unit to the bottom and apply daze 2. Ascend a unit to the pyre and apply daze 3. I think we are gonna want pyre daze 3. Here's my thinking. If there's ever like 4 enemies on a floor and we only have 3 kill spells, we can send a weak unit up to the pyre to just die to the pyre because it has daze 3, and then play our kill spells on the big guys. Anything that the pyre can kill, we can just let the pyre kill. I think I'm also going to, because it's so cheap, purge the last dreg. We have thinned out this deck. Something fierce. Scourge cards suck, but we're gonna pay for them. We have the energy. Why do you sound so weird when you do that sometimes? Eel Gorgon does not do enough damage, so we should kill it. We're gonna play you. We're gonna play you. We're going to play this. Play this. We're gonna play this. That's actually the unit I wanted to kill, but you probably knew that by now. If we have to, we can let Cold Celia wipe a floor. We don't have, well, sap 4, minus 8 damage, you're gonna do 16 damage. No, actually I do have to kill you with the Crushing Demise. We gotta kill you though. You do 30 damage. Okay, I mean, here's what I like. I like this. I like this. Kills you, you die anyways. I actually really like Cold Celia with Burnout 1, you can kill something that had made it up and then also just die anyways. Although we're not going to be able to reform you immediately. You know what? It is what it is. And this is the exact reason to have Steel Pulley Claw, by the way, because we can just wipe you. Let the Pyre deal with you. So we're net neutral right now. But we don't have a ton of energy, but that's fine. We can still do it by playing this, this, this. Get out of my deck. You're dead. Now we're back to we're caught up now. We have both units and we have both Crushing Demises. We're caught up. You're still adding garbage to my deck though, which I'm not a big fan of, but not much I can do about that right now. Because, I mean, do I want to kill you or do I want to let the Rector kill you? I'd probably just let the Rector kill you. And we have a very good chance of killing these units with our Crushing Demises. If we get super lucky, I can kill the Absolver in the back. Probably not gonna happen, but sure. I'm gonna let that guy live for one more turn. We're gonna do it like this. Good. Good. Bad. Frozen Lance, you failed me. Waves remaining 3. See, now I have 4 Crushing Demises. This should be easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. This was in our hand. These were from our champion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I just draw 7 cards? How did that happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Does she add the ultimate penance to my hand and not the draw pile? Because these guys add it to the draw pile. I guess she adds it directly to your hand. I never knew that. No, I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna play our hand, but like, I didn't know that's how that worked. Oh, and you're dazed anyways. It's the entire reason we have the champion up there. You're freaking get toast. Ed. Toasted. What a strange build I've constructed here. Might as well kill you. Although we really don't need to hold over that card, but we'll just not play it on this turn. By the way, your hand is full, and she does add it directly to your hand at the beginning of turn. Good to know. Good to know. What a strange build. However, Eel Gorgon with Burnout 7 is doing 320 damage per hit, and Cold Celia is a 141 times 280. All right, pretty good. You're dead, as is. By the way, now we're doing 320 times 7 damage with our Eel Gorgon. You're hitting me once, and then I'm doing 1,800 damage to you in one turn. That's how I want this to work. What a wacky build. Useless. Not very good. Mostly useless. Pretty useless. Although Deep Offering, you know, if ever we draw it when we want Eel Gorgon to live, maybe we can draw into other cards. Keep the combo going. It's a great permafrost target is what it is. Because you can discard, draw, have a ton of energy, maybe try to draw some more Frozen Lances. So I kind of like it. Even if we just play it to draw discard, maybe we can get through our deck faster and get to the free Crushing Demises faster. I think that's a good card to add. Here, what do we want? I'm thinking about something. What I'm thinking about is the fight against the Last Divinity. How are we gonna keep our champion alive in order to keep this synergy functional? And I'm gonna tell you, I think what we should have done earlier is we should have taken Votivary, put it inside of a Molten Encasement, and then we could have stealthed him on the top floor. I think that's what we should have done. So the fact that we didn't do that is a little upsetting to me, because I think that would have been a beautiful synergy. We're gonna look for a Votivary, and if we get one, we're gonna take it immediately. So we get Calcified Embers. We don't need unit upgrades, so we're gonna go here. Although, now I'm thinking, if we go to the Merchant and we get an Endless, we can put a Molten Encasement on the floor with our champion. It'll die every turn, but we gotta get to it through we gotta get through our deck fast enough, which is really hard when we're drawing, you know, the same 5 cards every turn. I think we'd be better off just going left here and continuing to build the deck how it's worked up to this point. I don't know what we're gonna do about our champion though, but maybe we just put a unit out to die every turn and we accept that we might not get the reformation that we want. Holdover is very good on a offering token. Gonna check out the Cavern. When you play a Blight card, restore Pyre health. When summoned friendly units get +2 attack for every Blight card in your deck. Playing a Blight card deals 120 damage to the front enemy unit, get 3 more Calcified Embers. I really wish we got this earlier, then we could have transformed them into more, you know, of these bad boys. But these are not Blights. These are spells. That won't count. Penitent Remains is interesting because if it gives you the bonus every time you summon a unit, that could be kind of nice. But we already have enough damage. We were doing like 380 damage. We don't need more damage. We don't need the Pyre health either. This is a skip, unfortunately. There's a synergy though with possibly playing Blight cards and doing damage, but not really anymore. Kind of what we've already moved past that, I feel. I could sack a Molten Encasement into a Molten Encasement, but I think having 2 is better than having 1. We can dupe a card. I mean, we could always just dupe. We could dupe an Eel Gorgon and it can just go in front and tank. We can't dupe the other unit because it doesn't have enough, we don't have the capacity on the middle floor, which is what we would want on the Divinity fight. We could also just dupe like an offering token or something, but we need to dupe something that gets us to 100 packed shards. Eel Gorgon, it's a lot of damage. It can tank for a couple of turns, it can tank for 1 turn and then die, it can tank repeatedly. It's still gonna do a lot of damage. We can play excess spells on the floor with the Eel Gorgon and just wipe floors, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, there are plays, for sure. I mean, especially if we get the holdover offering token every turn, that would be pretty good. I would still like to make this permafrost, though. So I'm thinking about this duplicator. I still want to remove units that we're not playing. I mean, the other option is don't duplicate anything and just purge a card, or we still need to duplicate something. Or we can take the gold at that point. So do we purge a card, get the gold, or do we get like a Cold Celia? Nope, can't fit on the floor with the Rector Flicker. Forgot about that immediately. I think maybe we'll just go with an Eel Gorgon then. Like, I'm thinking about it, and I think that's the best call. We'll duplicate Eel Gorgon, we'll have a floor of the Rector Flicker with an Eel Gorgon in front, or where are they? Molten Encasements. Probably Molten Encasements would work very well. It'll die, it'll come back, it'll ruin our molding every so often. I think we just have to accept that. Maybe we can even play on the top floor, depending on if we get enough draw, if we think we're gonna get enough draw. Because if the Rector Flicker dies, we lose. We've built our run completely around that fact, that he brings back units. So I think we'll duplicate something. So I'm not gonna take anything from the Divine Temple. We'll upgrade him with 50 health. I'm looking at the harvest bonus, like maybe, but no, it's not how we build. It's not how we build this run, my dude. I think we just want to re-roll and look for permafrost. Remove, consume, and cost 1 more. It's actually very tempting to put that on like an excavated ember, because every time it comes around, it will be an incant for the floor if we want it to be, but we don't really, like, we don't shuffle that often. We just get through the deck once and then that's it. So I'm like, just give me a cheaper deep offering, I guess. We should have bought the -1 cost. Absolutely. All right, I think we just go. I think we duplicate the Eel Gorgon, I really do. Non-boss enemy units get +8. Something tells me that it doesn't matter what non-boss enemy units do. +8, +80, it's all the same to me. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Snap into a Slim Jim. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought about that. I think we're gonna let Eel Gorgon kill these units. It buys us so much time. So how's this gonna work? 28, 13. I mean, how much damage is on the field right now? Maybe we actually put out the Molten Encasement to tank for the, or to stealth for the Eel Gorgon. That way it'll live for a turn and then wipe everything. Well, it's not gonna wipe the Gilded Wing, but we can play Crushing Demise. I actually really like that. Never mind, we'll just do it like this. That's perfect. Yeah, now we won't play it because we're gonna get the same effect by just doing this. It'll die next turn because we're just gonna wipe it with spells, but yeah, that was very good. I do want the gold, is the thing. So Cold Celia will die if we just play it here, but it won't be resummoned for the Wilt Wings. Well, I think you play these and you look for another Crushing Demise. Oh, you know what? Steel Pulley Claw can kill the Collector. Crushing Demise kills you. We play you here. 20, 30, 40, you do 50 damage. Cold Celia will actually live, and then we can wipe them next turn with Crushing Demises, because Cold Celia is gonna wipe you. I like that. Play you. Pull you up. Wipe you. Might as well play you. I guess we'll save it, because we don't need to play that. And we're not killing our units as fast as we would like, for sure. Because we're not drawing our Crushing Demises. There's still 5 of them in the draw pile. Little absurd. We can gift for a guard, draw them, but they will start to exhaust. But we don't need 6 of them. We can exhaust a few of them with gift for a guard. So I think we do play it. We got 1 of them, plus an Excavated Ember, plus a Frozen Lance. So we'll kill you. Gain energy and draw. Deep Offering. Deep Offering gets us enough Crushing Demises. This is exactly what we wanted. Exactly. I would like to hold these permafrosted cards, but we're actually about to shuffle. Cool. Yeah, that worked out very well. So there's Eel Gorgon, there's Cold Celia. You play them. You play them. We need to kill them repeatedly in order to start buffing them. Is really what it comes down to. We'll wipe you. Dump the Train Steward. Kill the front or the back. Okay, brief respite. They're doing enough damage. I think we're happy with this. We should be able to kill the bosses, is what I mean. Beautiful. We have 1 frozen card. This is why we wanted to have both Crushing Demises, of course. We'll just play them immediately without playing our units. Then we'll play our units. By the way, eat it. Eat it. Eat it, eat it, eat it, and eat it. All right, you're taking 205 times 13 damage. Sorry, times 15 damage. All right, Our one alpha unit is, like our alpha strike is getting the job done at the final wave. Trigger extinguish without killing it. Intent on death. I mean, that'll work for Formless Child Eel Gorgon for 20 extra damage, but when we're doing 200, what's an extra 20? We gotta thin out the deck. We don't want to thicken it up. Ice Storm. Another spell to do damage and maybe kill units that when we don't draw Crushing Demises is good, but I don't want to add more. I don't. Adding spells is generally not what we're looking for. I think we skip. Sap is tempting, Frenzied Swarm is tempting, but we want to freeze cards and then play them at the very end, which that's an anti-synergy. We're gonna go left, we're gonna upgrade spells and remove cards. I know we could Merchant of Steel Endless, but we're just gonna have to make do on Divinity Fight, you know? I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll make do. Train Stewards are literal trash in this deck. We're gonna spend money removing them here, for sure. Extinguish abilities trigger an additional time. That I like, because now extinguish abilities are doubled forever, not just for the one card play. Double stack. Don't need -1. We can afford that on a Deep Offering. Magic Power and Consume. Don't need it. Reroll. Remove Consume, cost 1 more. On a Steel Polyclaw, again, that's kind of tempting, but we'll make Gift for Guard cheaper. It was actually a very good spell to have there. We played Gift for Guard, it allowed us to get through the deck faster, and then we could get to what we needed on the turn when we might need it. You play a spell, spells cost less. Don't need it. Tombstones get +30 and Burnout 1. We don't need it. Our tomb units die already, so I think we will reroll. Spells get an extra upgrade, units get... I hate getting this at the very end. It's like the most useless when it's at this early or late stage of the game. So I'm gonna remove the other 2 Train Stewards, and if we have extra money, remove a, where are you? Mollusk Mage as well. Let's start here. If we take the boons, we can remove a Mollusk Mage, and then we still need to duplicate a card. What are we gonna duplicate? It's gonna be a Eel Gorgon. Yeah, I like it. We'll have like 120 packs, I think, but this is kind of what we need to do. No, don't remove that. Remove a Mollusk Mage. So we've thinned out the deck nicely. We have developed a strict synergy here. Kill our units, bring them back, they're overpowered. And you know what? We don't even have to play the other Eel Gorgon, especially on Divinity. If we draw an early enough Molten Encasement, we can just play him here in the middle. Or at the top. You know, we don't need to save a second or third floor for the Cold Celia Eel Gorgon, because the Divinity wipes every floor simultaneously. We just need Rector Flicker to live behind a Stealth Boy. That's it. We do that, we win. So you go out. Unfortunately, what we do not have is 5. We're doing 56 damage. I don't have a way of killing units on this turn, but we'll still be okay, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Cold Celia and Eel Gorgon live for a turn. Rather, Cold Celia is gonna burn out. You know, we should maybe put Cold Celia up here in that case, because then they'll burn out and be resurrected immediately. Tap side of forehead, now you're thinking. Yeah, I actually like this. I like this a lot. What we can do, Cold Celia here, you die immediately. Eel Gorgon here, you actually do get a kill. You slow him down. You're not gonna die, but you'll die next turn. Pull you up to the pyre, wipe you. I think we'll draw, just to hopefully get through the deck a little bit faster. You have Sap, so you actually didn't do any damage. But it doesn't matter, because now that we have Crushing Demise, we can make the combo work. And I think we don't play the other Eel Gorgon. I think we just let this Eel Gorgon kind of sit. I also completely forgot that Cold Celia is quick. And we have 2 Crushing Demises. I think that's not quite good enough, but it's very close. 2 energy, draw 1 card. I think we play this. Now you're dead. This. I like that. I think we'll play Cold Celia. I think we will play Crushing Demise. If we get Deep Offering, we're very happy. Instead, we got 2 of our Crushing Demises, which is it's not amazing, but like it's still totally fine because it helps get us caught up on the units. And we only needed to draw 1 more Crushing Demise to kill everything here anyways. And you're fine because these units are just dying to your 36 damage. So we'll get playing our game. I wonder if Resin Block works with Wax or Snuffer. I should really pay more attention to that, because if it does, that's a pretty good synergy. It's not an extinguish effect, is the thing. It's just when a unit dies. But the plus 20 from Formless Child, that is an extinguish effect. You need 3 of these. There's 3 of them. Deep Offering consumes, Excavated Ember consumes. There's no reason to draw through the deck, so I'm not going to play anything. We should have maybe just killed you, so we did 32 damage to the boss, but whatever. This is going to be harder on Divinity because there's more enemies, for sure. But I think we'll still be able to do it. Again, we'll just play this, draw through the deck. Don't play the Gift for a Guard, no reason to. 2 turns remaining. There's our other Eel Gorgon, but we don't care about that Eel Gorgon. We like these units, they're coming back every turn. Don't make your same mistake. Do 24 damage. Actually, get rid of 1 damage shield is probably better than just doing 24 damage, because you still have 1 damage shield now that I look at it. So, Eel Gorgon's doing 355. Cold Celia's doing 400. Pretty good. You know, it's an acceptable amount of damage, I think. Keep it. Because we're going to play all of our cards now. I mean, you're taking 600 damage. Now you're taking 1900, and I haven't even played anything yet. Now you're dead! 1 card! 1 card is enough to make sure that you die, and I'm just getting started. Because now I can discard my hand, draw 5, play a Frozen Lance, play a Frozen Lance. Don't play the other Crushing Demise, though. We're doing 419 times 13. You're dying in 1 turn. I feel like this is how you build a Eel Gorgon deck. Oh, but we're not done yet. Take our 100 packed shards out to the Divinity. We're gonna take our shards to the Divinity. We're gonna off him. I don't know, something. Okay, there's a lot more enemies on these fights, but turn 1 draw is very important. So, because we got a Molten Encasement, this is where you gotta think. We have a couple of options. If we play Molten Encasement Rector up here, we'll get this back on the next turn, and we'll have stealth for the Rector Flicker. We can keep him stealthed up forever by just playing the Molten Encasement. It'll die to the stealth over the next 2 turns, and then it's gonna cost us 1 energy, whatever. We got one Crushing Demise, which is not that good. We could also play both Eel Gorgons. I really do not think you want to do that. Now, why did I add a second Eel Gorgon, you might ask? It's because if we did not draw Molten Encasement, we could have played Eel Gorgon Rector on the second floor and maybe made this work, although we won't be able to Crushing Demise on the second floor. But I think we're okay doing it like this. You die. You're actually gonna give him Stealth 4 now that I think about it, which is just way better than Stealth 1. We're gonna let you come back even stronger. There's no reason to play anything. Okay, so you should have Stealth 4. Yeah, well, you have 3 now. This is why I wanted Steel Polyclaw, because I think I gotta yeet you up into the stratosphere. These enemies, if they hit the pyre, it's not a big deal. We can make our run work. We might want to play a Cold Sealy here to wipe him, because Cold Sealy is gonna die anyways. Can we survive on the floor? 46 damage. Cold Sealy will live, get a couple of kills, these units will be weak. The pyre will take them. We'll take a little bit of pyre damage ourselves. What do we care? Could also put Cold Celia here. It will wipe 2 enemies, but this is Crushing Demise floor. Which means Eel Gorgon's gonna go down here. Cold Celia can go here, get 2 kills. Molten Encasement is gonna go here, kill. Well, it's not gonna get a kill, but he's gonna, well, I mean, he's gonna be a guy. He's gonna be a guy that comes out and gets yeeted immediately. But that's kind of your job. So you're burning out, you're taking 38 damage. That's a lot of damage. You're only gonna hit the pyre once. I might even be able to kill you with spells, but probably not. Eel Gorgon's gotta come out. It's gotta get yeeted. Well, we can also steal Polyclaw. I think we want to steal Polyclaw. See, this is where it gets tough, because if I steal Polyclaw, you won't hit the pyre. You'll die on the 3rd floor. Well, your friend will die. If I steal Polyclaw you, then I only need to play 1 or 0 Crushing Demises to get ahead of things. I think I will play steal Polyclaw here to get ahead of things. And that did a very good job of getting ahead of things. So, do you play Gift for a Guard? You want to get to Deep Offering, Excavated Ember, Crushing Demise. How many are in the discard pile? 2? Draw 3. Does it prioritize the draw pile? I don't know. But it didn't pull from the discard pile at all, so does that tell you anything? We'll consume and draw. We got a free Crushing Demise, which is actually very nice. Now, it is tempting to play it here, but I don't really want to kill my units when we're actually doing such a good job. If I play Frozen Lance, I don't think it's worth playing the spells. I think you just play this, save this, don't play anything here, end turn. Maybe play the Frozen Lances on you. I don't want that card to be exhausted, and we know that the top floor is fine. It'll live. You know, we're killing 1 enemy, 1 unit's gonna hit the pyre for 5. In fact, if I play Molten Encasement, nothing's gonna hit the pyre, actually, which is even better. So yeah, we'll do it like that. I wanna stack up the stealth. I mean, Rector Flicker does a not insignificant amount of damage. If he lives for a few turns, oh no. Now the armor sucks, but like, we get around it. Armor is not a problem. Hold over. Hold over. Hold over. Draw. We'll Deep Offering this. This is what I wanted. We also got to our offering token, which is great. If you can save an Excavated Ember, you should save it. You guys are screwed. Just saying. Just saying. You guys are screwed. Play everything. I mean, this is what we need. We need everything. Oh, I think we got it. I think we got this one in the bag, baby. We also got lucky, I think, drawing the units we did on the Rector Flicker, because I don't really care about drawing the Molten Encasement. Now, of course, we get the Molten Encasement, but that's fine. I'll play you here to die in 2 turns. This is actually perfect, because if we play the Molten Encasement here, it'll die in 2 turns, then we can play it here, it'll have enough HP to survive 1 turn. A turn after, we'll get Eel Gorgon and Cold Celia at the very end. Boom, done. I mean, it's such a weird build style. It's a weird deck archetype, but like, it just works so unbelievably well. I think I consumed one of the Crushing Demise. No, I haven't drawn it yet. It's that one. I don't care about consuming that one. Like, go ahead. Waves remaining 3. I will play it. I will draw as many as possible. Do we want an offering token? Actually, no. We want to save the frozen cards in hand. The 1 deep offering is enough. We don't need another one. So here's the plan. Next turn, we might get Molten Encasement. If we get it, we'll play it on the middle floor. It'll live for a turn. I think we can play it on the top floor, in fact. If we don't get Molten Encasement, and we just get Cold Celia Eel Gorgon, we will play 1 Cold Celia or Eel Gorgon to live. Specifically so that we make sure that we draw the other unit that dies. Don't worry about it. I got a plan in my head. I know what I'm doing. You're safe with me. Allow me to guide you through this weirder monster train run that we have. So now we're gonna do the first thing, which is play a Molten Encasement, play a Cold Celia, kill it, and then we're gonna draw Cold Celia Eel Gorgon next turn. I would have loved to have drawn Eel Gorgon for the damage bonus, but you know, we have enough damage on the Eel Gorgon. Eel Gorgon died a lot, I gotta say. I'm really happy with how the distribution of like melding happened, because the Eel Gorgon is doing 568 damage. We're actually killing the boss without needing the Eel Gorgon, which is absurd. And the top floor, I mean, with 11 stealth, basically, we're doing 550 damage up here. That's okay. I will say, kind of wish that we had more draw, but there you go. There's like 3,500 damage per turn. I think we're killing you in 1 turn. Yep, again. What a wacky build, but I loved it. I don't think we gilded any cards, but no, gifts for a guard! Gifts for a guard! Taken legitimately. I thought taking that card improved our deck, because we don't need 6 of those Crushing Demise cards. We only really needed like 3 or 4. Drawing extras early, even if they consume, is not that bad. There you go, it's been done. And Excavated Ember, which is a colorless card, has now been gilded as well on Divinity mode. What a fun run. I had a lot of fun with that one. I hope you did as well. 2 more cards mastered in Monster Train, and you can see my crowns. Still missing a few cards. Some of the cards, though, that are remaining, I find really difficult to find opportunities to take. Like, why do I need a bunch of energy as Melting Remnant? I don't know. I can't find a reason to take that card unless you're trying to build like infinite energy Hellhorned Rage deck or something like that. I'll take them eventually just to have like 1 garbage card in the deck that we can use to get a Divine Mastery, but I'd like to take cards when they feel appropriate, not just take them to gild them. Like what happened on this run. It was appropriate, we took it. Fun run! Take a look at the run summary there. Cold Celia, you know, it ended up not really mattering. We could have been fine with double Eel Gorgon, but 1 unit that's quick, sweep if we need it, and scales nicely. Eel Gorgon to scale insane. and then 6 crushing Demises. Fun run. For those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.